First of all, welcome to the Cowboy Family. We're very excited to have you here in Stillwater. Tell us what led you to Oklahoma State.
A lot of good things. So I've had experiences at small universities, mid-majors, and very large universities. And had a couple of friends that were OSU alums. And they brought me up here to a couple of ball games and had a great time. But notice that the passion and love that people have for this place is a little bit different than most places. So when I got a call about the opportunity, I said absolutely, would love to learn more about it. And the more conversations I had, the more excited I got. Actually tried to find folks that would say something negative about OSU, and I couldn't find it. So I was very excited and honored to have the opportunity to come up here.
So you mentioned a little bit of your background. You've worked in alumni relations at different universities, different levels. What are you going to take from those experiences and bring here to the Alumni Association at OSU?
I think what I've learned at my various stops is that there are no two institutions that are the same. Each place has its own unique history and culture and makeup. So there's no such thing as the right template or a program that worked well at one place that we should just bring to another institution. Certainly knowing what works well for some places is good to see what the industry is doing, but we have to look at what's right for OSU, what's unique about us before we can know what's going to be right for our institution.
And then you grew up in Elkhart, Indiana. You played college baseball. You kind of have been all over. How did you end up in Oklahoma?
Just blessed to get this opportunity. In Indiana, baseball season starts pretty early, and it's cold up there. I was about 2 hours east of Chicago, and knew that if I wanted to play baseball, I needed to come south. So I was fortunate to get the opportunity to do that. Had a great experience. Like every other has-been, tore a rotator cuff and had to hang it up earlier than I wanted to. So I took an internship in the University Advancement Office my senior year. And I don't think anybody grows up thinking, hey, I can't wait to work in alumni relations. It's not something that you're really aware of as a kid. So that was my first introduction to it, and had my eyes open to not just the inner workings, but how higher education works in public institutions, and I fell in love with it. Had a great experience there, and was very fortunate at every stop to have a good experience that helped me get to the next place.
This transition for you has been interesting, I'm sure. During the COVID pandemic is when you started. So have you had the chance to meet everyone, and what has this first month looked like?
It's certainly not how you anticipate or imagine it in your head, but we've done a lot of Zoom meetings and team meetings. I have met with some folks in person, but we've been following all the social distancing and have orange masks, so we're doing it the right way. It's been really nice to see that everyone on our team, they genuinely have a love for what they do. They love OSU, they love the Alumni Association, and they're doing great work. So that's been fun. I've met with a lot of our board members, a lot of our administration, and everyone they've gone out of their way to be welcoming to my family and making sure that we're okay. And it's been a joy so far.
And speaking of board members, I saw a quote from one of them where they talked about, you were engaging and you were a great family man and just someone that was going to bring a lot to this program. He also mentioned that you were going to build on the work that the Alumni Association has already done. So what do you plan to do to kind of push that agenda forward?
Well, first of all, the Cowboy family is a real thing. People genuinely have a care and concern and are interested in everyone else's success here, and that's a wonderful thing to be a part of. In terms of the success, OSU has been ahead of the curve in alumni engagement and really kind of setting the bar for a long time. So that's an exciting thing to be a part of. I'm in the midst of probably a 90-day listening tour where I need to understand and get to meet as many folks as possible to understand the unique needs of our alumni body and our administration and the association. So looking forward to seeing what feedback we get and what the possibilities are going to be.
And then the Alumni Association works closely with the foundation, the university, athletics, all the different facets of campus. Why is it important for the leaders of those organizations to kind of be on the same page and be working together, and how do you plan to do that?
Absolutely. Open communication is really vital to our success, and knowing that everyone has a part to play We are the gatekeeper to our 255,000 degree holding graduates. So understanding what those needs are and being on the same page to make sure that our programs engage our alums where they are and meet their needs in a way that also supports the institution and our athletic department and our deans and the colleges. That's really what we're supposed to be doing. So we need to make sure that not just the right hand knows what the left hand is doing, but that we're doing it together and working on the same things.
Big changes as you're starting as well. We have the rebrand. We've got a lot of different things going on. Touch on that a little bit and the Alumni Association's new look.
Oh, we're excited about it. So we've gone back to a brand that has been around since the 70s. It's one that everyone is aware of and has a positive affinity towards. So it really kind of reflects how we are promoting the institution's unified approach. We have partnerships all over campus, like we talked about just a little bit ago. So this kind of visually symbolizes how we're one university and one brand. And
then the new membership drive, that's happening, is it this summer, is that correct?
It is. So we've looked at what we can do to engage our members in a little bit different way. So we're going to be able to offer a lot of different options for moving folks to life memberships. We're going to be able to honor the folks who have been annual members for a long time, but we've got some new perks and new exciting things to unveil in July. So we'll have to stay tuned to see what all we can share.
Your wife and your little daughter are here as well. How have they adjusted to the move? It's
been wonderful. I think we were most concerned with my daughter Cora, making sure that she was okay. She's going to be 3 in July, but I think she handled the move easier than the rest of us. She's been a rock star. So the folks in our neighborhood have been very welcoming. We've had lots of folks knock on the door and welcome us to the community, and it really is a welcoming place, and we've loved it so far. Orange is not the most normal color to have in your wardrobe. Have you had to start looking for those staple pieces? Yeah, I've got some orange, but a lot of places have not been open when I've gone to get some things. So I've got some work to do, but I do have quite a few orange items in the wardrobe, but you can never have too much. The Centennial for America's Greatest Homecoming is this year, which we are all very excited about. Also a little unsure of what that looks like. What can you tell us about the plans? Well, we're moving forward like it's going to happen. We are very hopeful that things are going to be able to shake out to where we get to celebrate the Centennial the right way, but we obviously have to stay flexible and with the information that is changing and coming out with the CDC and with football, we're having backup plans to make sure that we honor and celebrate homecoming the way it deserves to be celebrated. So we're going to be preparing for a number of different scenarios and look forward to making sure that it happens the right way. Do you have a message for the alumni watching this? I know you're excited to get to meet them in person, but until then, to kind of encourage them and continue to keep them involved here at the Alumni Association? Well, certainly these are unprecedented times, but your Alumni Association is continuing to work for you. It's a great organization. We have great programs in place, a lot of exciting new things coming up. So stay tuned, stay connected, reach out. We want to hear from our alumni, and we look forward to connecting with each and every one of them.